After the recent 7.38 Dota patch, I've been receiving many questions from players and students as to what would be the best way to play mid currently. With the changes to the location of the closest mid neutral camp, to the relocation of the Bounty Rune's position, it would seem like the mid role has evolved to a ganking based playstyle. However, is this really the case? In this video, I'll attempt to explain to you how mid should be played currently, with 2 clear examples to back it up. The results might surprise you. As always, please support my channel by clicking on the like and subscribe button so that I can keep making these educational videos for you guys. Also, if you're interested in some coaching, feel free to contact me on Discord, the links are in the description box down below. With that said, let's get into the video. Alright, so the current mid lane playstyle has only changed in the sense that the location of the camps are harder to reach due to the trees blocking you. Right, whereas before this you could reach them without any trees blocking you as they are more in the open. So the Bounty Rune has also been placed further out, which will make the recovery for mid laner harder. Because of this, the utilization of winning mid has never been so much more important before, so picking a lane dominator and managing to win your mid lane is extremely important right now. Okay, so this is what you want to do. You want to kill the wave, kill the mid laner, or zone him out and break his tower as early as possible. For those of you that have watched my X rotation mid lane video related to this movement, note that this is still the same. The only difference now is the warding spots are slightly different. Okay, so let me let's give myself some wards here. Alright, so after you break the mid lane tower, before this there's a cleave here that you'll plant, but now you plant it on the floor. Okay, so you reveal the big location here, and you also plant a ward on the cleave here. So the first ward priority will mostly be this cliff ward actually, because it prevents the enemy mid laner from recovering if you beat him in lane, so you control this area. Now after you do this, you'll mostly farm his camps away from him and push him away as you return to mid and clear the wave again. So if you watch my X rotation video, you'll notice that I'm saying the same thing, right? And then over here the cliff is gone, so we are mostly planting it in the enemy's jungle here. And then the enemy's cliff here is the same, with the priority being this ward and this ward. Okay, and after that you just kill the big camp here and return to mid again. Now what most players would make the mistake of is they would actually attempt to break mid lane tower and feel like, oh, time to gank side lane because I've solved my lane, and they start moving through a river like this without the haste rune or something. Normally this is not a good idea, because what you're doing is you're essentially giving up a lot of control of what you had in mid, which I'll show you in an example of a mid lane video of a coaching student later, where he clearly crushes a Huskar in mid, but allows the Huskar to recover because he decides to start ganking side lanes and lose control of the mid lane. Okay, so again, we want to kill the mid lane repeatedly, zone out the enemy mid laner if there is any. So let's say I spawn an enemy hero, create hero, storm enemy. Alright. Okay, and let's say this storm is trying to play mid, right? And I've crushed him really heavily. I'm level 9 and it's like maybe level 6, I'm level 10, it's level 7 or 6. And clearly I have my advantage in lane. I'll continuously push the lane out. And if this guy, and then I'll just screw with this guy, right? I'll play with him, play around with him, and constantly find him, push him away, take away his space. You'll do this until people start looking at you, putting more attention to you, and they kick you away. Once they put attention and focus on you, only then you start thinking about the side lane ganks. Only then you start thinking about more rotation backwards to farm safely as you wait for them to go away. If they don't go away, then now you can move and play the side lanes instead. Okay, this is for the Radiant side. So again, you kill the wave, try and push the hero out as soon as you can. Try and pick a lane dominator. Heroes like Dazzle, Viper, OD, right? These are really good heroes for you to win lane and start this movement as early as possible. Death Prophet as well. Lone Druid. Okay, so you kill mid hero, zone him out, break his tower, take over his jungle, plant the wards accordingly, and then just take over the control over here and draw a lot of attention to you. Once you're done with this, you return to mid, kill this wave as well. Normally for tier 2 you don't really have to bother because you can't really break tier 2 either way. Then you move over, plant a ward here, farm this camp. Now this will put you closer to that side lane for you to decide if you gank that side lane for kill or not. If there's no gank for the side lane, then you return to mid and clear the wave again. Okay, same thing you repeat over here on this side. You farm this side, move to this side. If there's no lane available coming back to you, then you can transition your gang over to that side lane. So this is for Radiant. I'll show you the Darius playstyle now. Before that, if you have been stuck in your rank for a long time, I'm here to help. Over the past 4 years, I've coached more than thousands of students and have helped hundreds of players improve drastically with more than 90% success rate. This includes helping many of my students get to Immortal. So if you want to finally climb MMR, feel free to reach out to me on Discord at balloon#5243 or join my Discord channel. The links are in the description box down below. With that said, let's get back to the video. Alright, so now we have the Darius perspective. So similar to the Radiant side, you want to win mid, break tower, zone the enemy out, try and kill him 1 or 2 times, and take over his jungle. So let's see where the warding spots are. Okay, so let's say I kill the wave. Okay, kill the wave and I break the enemy's tower, alright? So once I achieve this, this is my first step. Now I'll move into his jungle, and then I'll plant a ward in this cliff here. Okay, so we plant a ward on this cliff here. What we want to do here is we want to prevent the enemy mid laner from recovering, as most of the time he'll be hovering around here, trying to farm to get his way back into the game. So then what you'll do is after you plant the ward, you'll take away his neutrals here, right, or zone him out and take away his neutrals. And you return to mid and clear the wave again. So I return to mid, I clear the wave again. And then all this while we'll be looking at the mid laner. Because the bounty rune has been relocated further away from the lane, it's a lot harder for mid laners to recover now, especially those with bottle. Right, so bottle heroes can no longer depend on bounty too much because it's really far away from the mid lane. So they can still go in urgent situations, but it's going to cost them a lot. Also, the camps are harder to reach now due to the trees, so a lot of attention must be placed towards winning the lane. Okay, so after I plant this ward, next what I want to do is still the same. We want to plant the cliff ward here. Alright, with the cliff ward here, we're going to farm the camp away from him. And still, we are still looking at this guy playing the mid lane all around and pushing him away if you're like high level and nobody's stopping us. So after you complete this ward and you complete this camp, you return to mid lane and you push that wave again. So it's similar to the X rotation mid lane we made before. The mid lane state is still the same. So after this you want to try and plant another ward in their deep jungle here. And with this you have completely established control over this side. The mid lane pushed in this side. Okay, so that's for the Darius. Let's create a hero and show you easier like this. Right, so let's assume this is a player, right, playing the lane, and I've zoned him out, push him away. I've won the lane, and I see him farming like this, so we're gonna go and mess with him a bit. Push him away, push him away. This is assuming we're higher level than him by a lot. Right, we won the lane. So after you push him away, then we're gonna go farm his camps again. Okay, so all these ganks, the side lanes, they must be off good runes. For example, if you control this and you make your way to a bounty for bottle, and now you're close to that side lane, you can consider now, do I gank that lane for a kill? If there's a kill opportunity, you would go. If there's no kill opportunity, you return to mid again, take away his camp, and then push mid in again. And you do the same thing to that side lane here. All the while you check for a good rune, maybe a haste rune. If you get like a haste rune, DD invade, and you have pushed out the mid lane, then you're allowed to move to the side lane for a potential gank because the kill potential is high. Alright, you can also farm this camp, and it'll put you closer to that side lane. That'll allow you to go gank that side lane as well. Okay, make sure you plant sentries to protect your wards as well. Make sure you plant sentries to protect your ward as well. Yeah, don't block off his camp though, because these are camps that you'll be farming unless they throw heroes to push you away. After you throw heroes to push you away, then you have to back off and recover in your camps again. Okay, so that's a lot of space created. Alright, I hope that makes sense, guys. So the game plan is still the same, mid lane macro is still the same, but there's much more emphasis on winning mid, killing mid, zoning him out and breaking his tower, because the recovery for them is a lot harder now, because the camps are harder to reach and bounty rune is further for bottle heroes to recover. Alright, so now I'll show you guys two examples. One done improperly in mid lane, where a cast will beat a Huskar but gives up his advantage to move to side lanes, and Death Prophet that beats mid and controls his advantage in mid and steamrolls the game from there. Okay, so this will be the first example of how it's done wrongly. So here we have a cast that has clearly destroyed the Huskar in mid lane. He has killed him 4 times, level 8 against level 5. So if we followed the plan that was laid out earlier. After breaking the tower, he should already have wards coming. By right, the wards should already have been here, but it's okay. He can still fly them out. And then he has to proceed to break this, push this, move in here, plant ward here, take this cam, and then push it again, and then farm this cam, and plant a ward down here. Right? So let's see what he does. Okay, so he manages to break tower. Now he's gonna push this wave in. Huskar is still missing on the map. Heroes are clearly showing on the side lanes. Huskar's level 5 for devs. Guys level 8. Pretty healthy, resources all available, regen available. So you can see how instead of immediately defaulting to going up and trying to take the cam and then pushing the wave in again, if he chose this default path, he would have killed the Huskar again, because Huskar level 5, low health, then they have completely killed this guy and killed his entire team. But instead of doing that, this guy showed unnecessary fear, right? He assumed fear just because the enemy's jungle. He thinks that, oh, it's dangerous, so I don't want to go in case I get caught out. But what he does not factor in is his level 8 guy is level 5. Heroes are still clearly in the side lanes and it's only 8 minutes. So even if people were to gank him, he can easily kill everyone. So this is a very common mistake, right? A very common mistake where, see, instead of focusing on mid, killing Huskar, pushing wave in and taking the camps over, and repeating the process of what I've shown you guys of wave plus cam plus ward plus ward, right? Plus cam again, plus wave again, plus cam again, plus ward again. Sorry, plus ward again. And then you check for the side lane ganks through their jungle. He proceeds to move back from this cam and TP down. This TP is okay, but you have been much better if you stayed mid, kill Huskar, take the wave, farm the camp, still check bot and do all this at the same time. So this guy have given him so much more control and guarantee that outcome as well, putting him at level 9 and shutting the Huskar's game down. Okay, so once he's doing this, he does get the kill, of course, but we also see Huskar recovering like this. So it's very easy to argue that this was actually not the right play, or rather it was the right play but with some missteps. So he missed the mid wave, he missed killing the Huskar again, he missed the ward on the spot, he missed the cam before he proceeded to do this. Okay. So remember guys, once you break tower, you win mid, make sure you invade jungle, push mid in, plant wards, invade jungle, side jungle, plant wards, and then you want to gank through their jungle to the side lane. Also, after you gank a side lane, normally you should transition it into a push. You shouldn't transition it back to camps or back to mid again. Try and stay a bit and see if you can contribute to some pressure on the lane. Alright, now he has returned to mid, so you can see Huskar low health and he is able to kill the Huskar easily now. This is what he should have done earlier. Okay, so he kills him, and by right, we want the ward in the enemy's jungle, cleave, push the wave in, and take over the jungle again. But instead of doing this, he's walking top. Once again, he's giving up the control and position of what he has established, or rather is supposed to establish. Take a DD and try and kill the AM that he cannot guarantee. So how can a cast kill an AM that has blink with high health like this? Pretty low chance, right? So you should have been staying mid with this DD, killing the wave, killing the camps, sending out some mana, Clarity's mangoes, getting his mana high and checking for a TP kill again. Or killing the Huskar again. But it so happened that he ran into an Omni here off chance, base off chance. Even then it was very hard for him to kill this guy. So he committed so much resources. And now everyone's gonna rotate and defend against him, and he's wasted a ton of time doing this. You see, so there's a lot of walking between lanes rather than pushing, farming, connecting through the jungle. Yep. So this is a very common mistake that is seen, performed by a lot of players in the lower MMR, where you think too much about the side lanes rather than maintaining the pressure of what you have managed to establish. That's why I've mentioned that it's so important that you guys win the mid lane, because once you win the mid lane and you can transition it into control in the enemy's jungle, it's gonna help snowball your lead and steamroll your team to a very easy game. So you see, once again, he's very easily distracted by the side lanes instead of focusing on his path. So then he's feeling a little bit lost here, looking in circles, instead of going to fight Huskar again. When Huskar is low like this, like Cass can easily kill his Huskar, that's half health, and he's distracted by top lane again. He's running in circles. So it's not really following the default route, he has wasted too much time. By now the Huskar has managed to recover to level 9, whereas if he performed the the actions properly, the steps properly, Huskar should have been still stuck at level 7 or 8 and should have died maybe 2 or 3 more times. That could have put this cast a lot ahead in front of this game. Of course, we're not telling you to AFK and farm mid, right? You still have to check the side lane ganks, just that you will gank mostly through TPs or mostly through good runes after you have pushed mid lane in, and you guarantee that you can no longer achieve anything sitting mid. As long as you can achieve something sitting mid, you should still sit in mid. So the gameplay, the playstyle is still the same as to the previous patch. Like I said, the only thing that changes is the cliff ward here and the camp's location, right? So you still want to achieve the same outcome in the lane. You want to try and win the lane, prevent the enemy from recovering from camps like this, and snowball the game from there. Okay, so let's fast forward and see what happens to this game. What happens to Huskar as a result of him giving up so much space and control in mid. Alright, now you guys can see 24 minutes into the game where he was far ahead of everyone before. Now the AM has managed to catch up. The Huskar is managing to catch up as well. He's only 3 levels ahead of the Huskar, where he was like 4 levels, 5 levels ahead before. So you guys must understand this, where the 10 to 20 minute area, if you waste too much time to the side lanes and you do not focus on skilling and keeping your pressure up and then ganking through their jungle instead, this is what is going to happen to you, right? You might get a lot of kills, but you're gonna fall off and these kills will not win you the game. So if you go back and see 10 minutes ago, this guy was literally level 14 about 9 minutes ago, right? And in 9 minutes he only managed to hit 3 levels. So where his advantage was really big earlier, see it's 13 against 10, right? 14 against 10, then 15 against 12 and 11, but this level will stop scaling, it will stop increasing. So a very common mistake that people have. You might get a lot of kills, you might be higher level early on, feel like you're performing well, but when the game drags on and you stop scaling, you stop farming, right? You stop pushing waves and controlling areas, you're gonna start falling off. So people will catch up to you like this. See the AM, every minute is a level, but this cast stopped. So in 3 minutes, cast got 1 level. In 3 minutes, AM got like 3 levels of or 4 minutes. Okay guys, I hope that makes sense. So everything is revolving around winning mid, breaking tower, killing mid, zoning him out, taking over the jungle, pushing mid in, taking over the other jungle, and ganking through the side lanes ganking through the jungle to the side lanes, or off good runes like Haste Rune. Okay, now I'll show you another example of a mid player who doesn't win mid that hard, but manages to establish his control in mid, and you'll see a difference in impact compared to this cast player. Okay, so now we have the situation where a Death Prophet is trading against an Invoker, and with the Siphon, she's going to be able to win this trade. Alright, so this player is gonna attempt to break the tower, and you're gonna start to see the shoving and the invasion into the enemy's jungle to farm. Okay, so let's see what this guy does. So he wins the fight, breaking the tower now. Alright, pops the ult, kill the wave, and tries to break the tower a bit. Goes to check for the rune. Okay, now he has broken the tower. So at the back of his head, he must already be thinking about the routes that were highlighted. Okay, so his wards must really be coming, which he has bought, although a little bit slower, but ideally you want the wards to be here before you decide to move in, so you can already plant it immediately. But it's fine. So now the plan here is to push the wave in, right? Push the wave in, move into the enemy's territory, and try and plant a ward here or plant a ward here. Ideally, it should be on the cliff, so you can keep looking at Invoker as to what the Invoker is doing, or plant the ward here if he's afraid of ganks to his side. So he's on ult, so he's not very afraid of the Invoker here, trading, pushing him away because he just won the trade. Guy's also higher CS than him, so it's this Invoker got some Sunstrike kills in the map, that's why he got so much high net worth. But now this guy is gonna have to push the lane in and start planting the wards in the enemy's jungle. Okay, and you see enemies are on the side lane as well, so there's no threat on the enemy's jungle. Alright, so he pushes into the wave into them, and he's going to move in to plant a ward now. Okay, so take note, this player is about 5k MMR, so of course his execution will not be as clean as what I've taught. This guy is still trying to learn the process as I'm coaching him along the way. So he's pushing the wave in. Now because of the ward he has planted here, he's allowed his teammates to move differently as well. That's why Disruptor is here, and you see how much space is being created. So because he have drawn a lot of attention to himself, Necrophos gets left alone, Lifesteal also gets left alone, so indirectly he's created space for 2 lanes. And this is the ultimate goal that you guys want, right? What we want for mid laner to achieve is to win lane, break tower, push hero out, draw attention to himself, open up space for side lanes. Instead, what the cast was doing earlier was he won mid, he pushed wave, immediately he runs. In fact, he doesn't even push the wave, he just straight up runs to the side lane for the DD and attempts to kill an NAM, but with very low probability of success rate. Okay, so compared to this, DP you can see continuously sits mid, pushes out the wave. But of course, DP is a bit different hero in the sense that you push towers. So if you're playing like a deep Death Prophet, a Nature's Prophet, you know, VSage, you might want to consider using the ult for side lane preparation for your teammates. Like a Prophet will also teleport to Sprout and spawn trends to push the tower down. But the conventional heroes like Ember Spirit, Park, Queen of Pain, all this, normally you want to play more for the lane, TP kills, power rune ganks, and then true jungle ganks. Okay, you don't really want to force towers down, or you're going to give a lot of space and control in your own side, especially if you want the lane. Alright, so he's just pushing the wave until something tells him to TP to fight or to take a tower. Alright, so he's still pushing the wave, that's good, that's why he's skilling. See, he's skilling really well. And now there's a TP top because hero is diving and it becomes a free kill here. Right, a free kill will now become a push. Like I said before this on the cast situation, a gank should become a push. So which is what this guy is going to do. A gank becomes a push, especially with his ult as well. So it's such a convenient process. Okay, so you guys can see the transition from win mid, break tower, run into enemy's jungle, plant ward, kick hero out, draw some rotations over, back off, farm safely for jungle a little bit. Ult is available, so push wave, ready for side lane tower. Conveniently a fight broke out near tower, so TP clean up the kill, ult becomes a free tower. See, everything has meaning, it has purpose, it has reason, right? You don't just gank because you feel like I'm mid, I need to help the side lanes. It doesn't work that way. Okay, so this guy is back to skilling, hitting camps, and you should be looking to push waves again. Right, so which is what he's doing. He's going to help push that wave down, and he's running back to mid to push that wave as well. Yes, exactly like this, and another wave again. Okay, and then he's gonna move through a forward route, through the wave into enemy's jungle, draw some rotation to him again, and then see so much space created. So he's drawn rotations here, opening up space at top, and then bot lane is not that dangerous anymore because more heroes will come. Okay guys, I hope that makes sense. I've covered this very thoroughly, both in my mid lane immortal video and also this video. Just because the patch is 7.38, the game plan is actually still the same for mid laner. You still wanna, in fact it's even more so important that you win the lane break tower now, because the mid lane is harder to recover due to the location of the camps and the bounty rune for bottle heroes to recover. So if you win lane and you can take away their farm, it's a guarantee that you're gonna scale a lot faster than everyone in the game, and then you control the game yourself as a mid laner this way. Okay, thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one again.